In the last video, we discussed the octet rule, which states that atoms with a valence configuration of ns2, np6 tend to form bonds until they are surrounded by 8 valence electrons. But if this is true, how are molecules like SF6 or PCl₅ possible? Sulfur and phosphorus can both have electron configurations of ns2, np6, so does that mean their bonding involves valence electrons in higher energy orbitals, like the 3d orbital? The answer is no. It's still possible to have a full principal quantum shell or maintain an octet in what appears to be an extended octet molecule. This phenomenon is known as hypervalency. If you think about it, expanding the octet by bonding in a higher quantum shell is not impossible, but it's energetically unfavorable. So we can justify the atoms being in a lower energy state and maintain their octet by using charge-separated species as contributing resonance structures. Let me explain what I mean. Let's take the molecule ClF₃ as an example. The Lewis structure implies that there are 10 electrons surrounding the chlorine atom, but this is not accurate. Instead, to maintain the octet, we can consider a charge-separated resonance structure. So first, if we take away an electron from chlorine, we get chlorine with a positive charge, which can then form 2 covalent bonds while maintaining an octet. This is similar to how an ammonium ion can have 4 hydrogens bonded to it. So this gives us ClF₂+, but we still need the third fluorine. So to add another, we can consider the interaction between the positive chlorine and a negative fluorine, and this results in ClF₃, which maintains an octet. However, this structure implies that one chlorine and fluorine interaction is ionic while the other 2 are covalent. This problem is overcome by drawing a set of 3 resonance structures where each chlorine-fluorine bond is a mix of covalent and ionic interactions, somewhere between a 50-50 sharing of electrons and completely ionic interactions. These bonds can be better explained by advanced theories like valence bond theory and molecular orbital theory, which we'll cover in later videos. But for now, understanding how p-block atoms can form more bonds than the octet suggests using charge separation and resonance structures helps us to make sense of these hypervalent molecules. So here are the resonance structures for SF6 and PCl₅. And these structures represent how their bonds are a mix of ionic and covalent interactions. So I hope this explanation clarifies how it's possible for these molecules to exist. That's about it. Thank you for watching. Until next time.